Hello everyone, welcome to new video. In this video, I will explain you simple scenario where we will be having a form which contain the customer information. So on submission of the form, the details should be updated into the customer table. Let's get started with the scenario. So I have a application open. I will develop a simple screen where we will be entering the customer information. So once the customer information screen is developed, then we will be having integration with the database where we will be updating the detail with the uh, customer table with the insert query. Okay, let me create a client-side human service. I'll name it as a customer form. So I created a client-side human service with the customer form. So I'll just open the coach. So here we don't have anything, just we have a OK button. So I'll just delete it. Then I'll go back to the coach and rename it as customer form. Okay, customer form. So now I need to develop a UI which contain the basic information, something like the columns in the database, which is customer ID, customer first name, middle name, last name and address and account number. With this detail, I'll create a CV coach view, and then upon submission of that form or a screen, so the data should update in the database. That is the scenario we'll be covering today. So let me create a coach view. So um, so I have already the customer information coach view is created. So I'll just copy the detail from here. Um, Control C, and also we have a customer information BO already created as part of the last video. So we have created a complex object which contain the customer ID, customer first name, last name, middle name, and account number. Okay, same business object I'll be reusing it. Um, so and simply here we are fetching the detail by using the CV, but I'll be creating a new CV with the same detail. So coach view, customer form. That is what I name it. So then I'll paste the detail here, paste the detail. So accordingly I'll modify it. So customer ID. So customer ID, I want to update the customer ID, first name, last name and middle name and account number and address into the database. So I'll be deleting this get button. So I just started designing the screen, uh, which is okay, which contain the customer number, first name, middle name, then last name, account number and address. Okay, so I have arranged it and I'll just delete the last one. So I name this particular panel into customer form. Okay, so customer form. So now I need to create a business object with the customer info. So I just copy the customer info and I'll create a business object, business data with the name customer info. Okay, and it is a type of customer info view. So as part of the previous video, we have created the this particular object, same business object I'm using it. Okay, and then if you see for data mapping, customer info dot customer ID has been mapped. First name dot customer first name is mapped. Middle name with customer middle name is mapped. And if you see, everything is mapped. Okay, so now the CV is ready. Okay, I'll take the CV and add into the customer form CHS. Okay, I'll go back to the customer form. So here I'll go here. I'll open the coach and I'll add customer form here. Okay, customer form got added. Okay, then for this particular CV is expecting customer info as a data mapping. So we will create a we go to the diagram and we'll create a variable with the name customer info. So here it will be a private variable I'm creating customer info. Okay, again it is a type of customer info BO. Okay, so I created the variable now. I go back to the coach again. I'll open the coach and I'll map it. So I'll just map it. Okay, the mapping is done. So now I want to update the data on click of submit button. So for that, I'll go to the panel palette and I'll drag and drop button. I name it as submit. Okay, submit, and in the configuration, go to the configuration appearance. I'll change the color as primary. Okay, so now the button is ready, the form is ready. So quickly I'll run it again. I go to the customer form. So if I run here, see, if you see, uh, the simple screen will load it with the customer ID and these other detail, and it contains the submit button. Okay, so I'll go back to the coach again. So I just change the submit button spelling. Okay, then so the form is ready. So now we have to write the SQL script, SQL service um, to update the data into the database. Okay, for that I'll create a new service which is uh, so I name it as insert customer form data. Okay, so I'll create the service with the customer form data, and this particular service will be taking customer info as an input. Okay, so that's the reason I'll take it as customer info as input, and again it is a type of customer info type, and output again customer info, and output is customer info view. Okay, the input and output variables are ready now. Okay, now we need to um, update the data, insert the data into the database. Okay, for that so we will be writing a we will be following the three steps. One is we will be writing a SQL script. The next one we will be setting the parameters. So third one we will be executing the statement. Okay, then fourth steps we will be having um, which is persist data. So example, if a select query is there, then we need to parse the data which we got it from the database. Otherwise here, as it is an insert query, so no need to parse it. So that's the reason third, fourth step is not required. So I'll name it first one, set SQL query. So this is the first step. Then here, ex then I name it as SQL execute statement. Okay, and this one is parse result. Okay, so first one I will be setting a query as well as parameter as part of first step. So I will take a private variable which is type of SQL statement. Okay, and it is a type of again SQL statement. So this is actually a business object is already available in the system data toolkit. Okay, same. So whenever we are doing a database integration, so we can use this SQL statement complex business object, which is available in the system data toolkit. Okay. Then here, so I'll be um, setting the parameter. For that, I need to initialize the business object tw dot local dot SQL statement is equal to normal business object. I'm initializing it. Then we will be setting a query dot SQL query. So here we will be setting up the insert query. Then after that we will be setting the parameters. So SQL statement dot parameters. It's a type of list. So that's the reason we will be initialize with brackets. Then post that we have to set the parameter SQL statement dot parameters. So zeroth element I'll be initializing it. Zeroth element, that means first parameter. Then we have to set the value. SQL statement dot again parameters of zeroth element dot value is equal to. So here we will be setting the value. As of now, let it be blank. PW dot local dot SQL statement dot parameters of zero dot type. So we will be passing what type of parameter we are passing it. Okay. So if I go back to the table, right? So we'll be having how many parameters here? One will be updating customer data, first name, middle name, last name, address, and account number. So that is nothing but five, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 parameters we need to pass it. Okay. So for 6 parameter we need to pass it for that purpose. So I'll be copy pasting this the parameter 6 times. That is third time, fourth time, fifth time, and sixth time. Okay. Then now I'll be setting the first parameter tw dot local dot customer info dot id. Okay. So which is customer id. Okay. This is the first one, and it is a type of varchar. Okay. So it's actually a customer id, but it's varchar. I defined it in the database. Similar way, I'll be setting parameter for other parameters dot customer first name. Okay. So the after the customer id we have first customer first name. So that's the reason customer first name I said. Then after customer first name I need to say we have a customer last name, middle name. Again it is a type of varchar. Then customer middle name. Then after that customer last name we have customer last name. Okay. Then post that we have a customer address. Okay, same thing I'll be using it. Address, customer address. Okay, and again it is a type of varchar. So post that again last parameter we have account number, customer account number. Okay, and again it is a type of varchar. Okay, then we have to update the parameter sequence. So first parameter, then the second one will be a first parameter, third one will be a second parameter, then third one, then fourth one, the last one. Okay. So now our parameter is set, but we have to um, uh, write the insert query. So I have already insert query generated from the database. The same thing I'll be using it. So insert query, I'm just copying it then paste it here. So which is insert into the table, customer table, followed by the parameters which I'm passing. Okay. So here 6 parameters I'm passing. That's the reason I'll give us 6 question marks. Okay. 6 question marks are done. So our insert query is ready now. Then post that what we need to do, we need to execute the statement. For that, I'll change it to the linked service. Then I'll be attaching a SQL execute statement. Okay. So this is actually a again it is from the system data toolkit. So we'll be attaching it. So for SQL, I'll be passing SQL dot SQL statement dot SQL parameter, again SQL statement dot parameter. I don't here I won't be having any um, um, I won't be having any return types. That's the reason I'll be mark it as blank. Then post that we need to pass a data source. For data source purpose, so we don't have any data source, but let me go back to the previous service, which is get customer details. Okay, here. So I'll copy the data source from here, which is um, JDBC slash common BPM database. Okay, done. Then I'll create a result object here. Anyhow, it's an insert query. We won't be getting any result. We'll be getting just something like it's inserted or not. That's all. Okay, and I don't have anything to parse it here. So this script will be blank. Okay. So now our insert service is ready. So I'll use the same service into the form service in the form CHS. Okay. So on submission of button. So now I'll go now. I'll just drag from in the customer form client CHS. I'll drag and drop this insert customer form. Okay. So I'll drag and drop here. So I want to insert the data means on click of submit button. Okay. So for that, I'll connect the flow. Here, if you see, submit button is connected. Then just I'll end the service, post that. So once the data is submitted, inserted in the table, the service will get ended. So for that, so just I'll verify whether it's connected to the right button. Click on the select and submit, select and finish. Okay. Then post that I will update into the database. So for that, I have added the service. We have to do a data mapping. So for that, customer info and here output is customer info. Okay. So now let's run the service. I'll enter the details with the test to last name and enter just 3 account number and addresses. Submit. So now if you see service got completed. Let's verify this data is updated in the database or not. Okay, I'll go back to the table. If I execute, see if you see the data got added. Okay, so I have given the customer name as test and middle name as test2 and last name as test2 and the followed by address and account number. Okay, quickly run again. So whether the data is getting updated again, we will verify. So I'll give customer ID and test. I'll give Sonu. Then middle name is KB and last name is paste. And I'll give enter account number and address. Okay, as and okay, and submit. So service got completed. Let's go back to the database and check. Here, if you can see, customer first name is updated as Sonu, then KP and Bangor and account number. Okay, that's all about the insert query. So thank you for watching. See you on next video.